Hello students, good morning. I welcome you all on our e-learning platform of GS College of Commerce, Wardha, and I am your teacher for Business Economics BCCA 3rd Sem. As we are continuing with our 4th unit, that is market structure. Okay, in that we are going through on the topics which are mentioned in the syllabus, and accordingly we are looking towards the different headings or different concepts which are included. On the first part we have seen classification of market, then we have gone through with the competition. Okay, what is competitive market or what is competition in market structure. There we have started with competition, the meaning of competition, then what is perfect competition. Okay, and in last lecture we have seen what is price discrimination. Okay, price discrimination, in situation of price discrimination, or we can say what exactly is price discrimination. When a monopolist or a single seller selling his product at different rates to the different buyers, means the product is same, the commodity will be same, but the prices which are charged by the monopolist, those are different for the different buyer. Okay, if the buyer is having good economic position or a condition, financially he is strong, then the monopolist or the seller will think how much price to be charged to this particular person, to this particular customer, and how much to be charged to another person. Okay, this is what exactly is the main concept of price discrimination. Discrimination of the prices. Okay, variation in the prices made by the seller according to his will and wish, because being a controller over the prices in the market, in monopoly market structure, the seller has complete all rights to sell the products as per his costing, means he is deciding the prices, he is fixing the cost of his product, at what rate commodities should be sold. The complete decision, okay, is of the seller, because he is a price maker, and that is why he is said king of the market. Now in that also there is a price discrimination, means the seller who is discriminating the prices, it is up to him that he will decide the prices for the particular product considering the customers or the buyers. Okay, that's what exactly we have seen. Then yesterday also we have gone through with different types of monopoly, different types of price discrimination, kinds of price discrimination, and today we will see in which condition or in what situations the price discrimination works. So the first is separate markets. In price discrimination, total market is divided into sub-markets, and each market acquires separate identity. Because why? See, when we talk about discrimination, that itself means the variations. The costs are different for the different buyers. So each sub-market acquires a separate identity, and this concept of separate market is mostly suitable, or rather it is adopted in service sector kind of business rather than in goods. Means this concept is applicable in service sector industries instead of selling of goods. Okay, this is the condition for price discrimination. Then prevention of free exchange of goods. Wide geographical distance, then high cost of transport and tariffs effectively prevents the re-exchanges. Okay, then non-transferability of goods. There are some goods which by their nature are non-transferable between one buyer to another buyer. So price discrimination can be easily maintained. Then visible product differentiation. Product can be discriminated by showing different packings, okay, by showing the different packing only we can say, because a customer which is visiting to that particular seller, okay, now the seller, the monopolist, he is a very smart seller. He understands that the person they are coming to them, means the customers who are visiting to their shop, we will take for example, and accordingly they will sell their product. Okay, if the packing is good, okay, the condition of the product, it may be not looking good, the way he is showing to his buyers, to his customers, it attracts them, and due to that he can make the price discrimination for such products. So it is said visible product differentiation. Then means the poor, considering the economic and financial position of the customer, the seller are selling and discriminating the prices of the product. Then monopoly power. In monopoly, prices are discriminated on the basis of reputation and goodwill of their product in the market. It means it is the advantage for the seller, okay, and that is why he is making discrimination for the product. Then the next concept is monopolistic competition. Okay, although we say that he is a price maker, he has a control over prices in the market, but still there is competition. Now what is that monopolistic competition? That we will see here. That is, the idea and concept of monopolistic competition was introduced by one of the economists, is known as E.H. Chamberlain. Okay, he was one of the economists and he has introduced, rather he was not exactly agreed with the concept of monopolistic competition. Okay, it means what? As per his thinking, okay, what he was insisting that in the market structure, monopoly market exactly do not exist. Okay, he was always arguing with the economist or with the other people that in actual sense in the market there is nothing like monopoly. So it was a challenge over the traditional view of perfect competition. He was saying that the condition or a situation like perfect competition for the product, and for the product of for the concept of perfect competition, the condition was large number of buyers and large number of sellers. So what he said, what he thinks, that and in actual situation or when you go into the market to buy something, then there is nothing a situation like large number of buyers, large number of sellers, homogeneous products. So it was challenge. He said it is a challenge over the traditional view of perfect competition. So what he says, the definition given by E.H. Chamberlain, what it was? The traditional theory is a kind of confusion about the idea of perfect competition. It means he was not agreed with the concept of perfect competition. Then, however, neither perfect competition nor a pure monopoly is a realistic concept. What he was arguing or what he was saying, that in actual sense, in exact manner, there is nothing like perfect competition or a monopoly. But in case of monopoly market structure, there is also a competition, and that is why it is said the concept of monopolist competition was introduced or was given by the economist E.H. Chamberlain. Okay. However, the perfect competition or not a monopoly market structure is a realistic concept. He observes that in practice there is a group of monopolists, and when we talk about the group of monopolists or a group of monopoly market structure, it means what? More than one single seller, more than one sole seller. And when there is a group or a more than one seller, then obviously there will be a condition like a competition, and that's why he said it is a monopolistic competition. Getting my point? Okay, so he observed that in practice there is a group of monopolists in every line of production. Competition is there within them or with each other. It means with different sellers. Then this may be described as a monopolistic competition. When in the market there is a group who are selling the homogeneous products, and it means he observed that in practice there is a group of monopolists in every line of production, competition with each other, and this may be described as monopolistic competition. Then monopolistic competition refers to the market structure in which there is a keen competition, and that competition is very keen and very close competition. Monopolistic competition is a mixture of competition and certain degree of monopoly power. Okay, monopoly and competition is frequently blended together. Hence, the market with mixture of monopoly and competition is monopolistic competition. Very clear. What is monopolistic competition? It is a combination or a mixture of competition and monopoly. It means there is a competition between the different monopolists who are selling the products in the market. So, what are the characteristics of or conditions of monopolistic competition? Large number of buyers. In this type of market, there are large number of buyers for the specific brand of the product. So, seller become responsible for the particular product. Here, buying is a choice but not by the chance. That's why here it is said large number of buyers but not large number of sellers in case of monopolistic competition. What is there? Large number of buyers. In this type of market structure, in this type of market, there are large number of buyers for the specific brand or a specific quality product. Seller become responsible for the particular product, and here buying is by choice but not by chance. The next is product differentiation. Now what is this product differentiation? In monopolistic competition, product of each seller is branded and identified. Means the seller who is selling the products, they are producing the branded and good quality products, and the goods are identified. It means there may be 2, 3 or 4 brands which are very famous and they have earned the goodwill in the market, and so monopolistic competition exists in the market. This is what the economics E.S. Chamberlain feel. Okay, the products are branded, the products are definitely of a very good quality. Okay, they are identical, but still because more than one seller is there in the market, competition is there, and that is why he said it is a combination or a mixture of monopoly with competition in the market structure. Now free entry, there is no entry barrier. It means the competitor, it means the seller or a monopolist can enter in the market to sell his product. Okay, firms can easily enter or quit. This makes competition stiff because of close substitutions. Means the products are having, because it is said there is a keen competition. Okay, close substitutes are available for the product. So selling cost. Now again there is one more important concept, that is selling cost. Now what is this selling cost? Selling cost is a unique feature of monopolistic competition. You need to remember that it is a unique characteristics or a unique feature of monopolistic competition. Products are differentiated and vary from each other, and there is a complete variation time to time. The products are sold according to the demand of the need of the customer. So it is in the hands of seller. They are making changes, okay, as per the demand of the product, and selling other forms of sales promotion become the integral part of producing the goods. Means when the product is under the process of production, the seller understands with the help of market surveys and according to the demand position of the product in the market, in the process when the means he is making that product, these kind of things are kept in mind by the seller, and then only the goods are sold in the market. Now what exactly is the selling cost? So selling cost means what? Expenditure incurred by the firm on advertising cost and on sales promotion of the product is known as selling cost. Okay, it means these are cost. Which kind of cost? These are the expenditures incurred by the firm on advertising. Means once the product is ready to sell, means the seller wants to promote his product or he wants to earn maximum profit of the product, then what he will do, he will advertise that product in the market. Then that advertisement may be with the help of television advertisement, newspaper advertisement, means he is selling his goods. Okay, he is making sales promotion for his product, and that is called a selling cost. And selling cost has different items of expenditure like advertisement and publicity expenses, expenses on sales department such as commissions etc., salaries of managers and salaries of other team members. Means for that one product, okay, for a single product, the seller before selling in the market, he has to advertise his product. He has to make expenses on the advertisement, he has to do the publicity of his product, and for that reason he is he is spending some money on those expenses, and that exactly is called selling cost. Okay, and promotion, many times the sellers are offering the goods like some of the gifts, means buy one get one free. This is what is an offer made by a seller to the customer, so that more and more people will come to him. He will earn goodwill in the market, name and fame in the market, so that he will become a monopolist in the market. So promotional gifts and other items to increase the sale of particular product, and expenses are demonstrated of goods or many times free distribution of the goods. Such kind of offers are given to the customers to attract them, although the quality may be varied, quality is not as per the standard rules, but still to attract the customers, what he is doing, he is making such expenses, that is called publicity expenses, advertisement expenses, and these expenses are included in the selling cost. Clear? So this is what is selling cost. Then control over prices. Since the products are differentiated, the producer of an individual brand can raise the prices of the product, knowing that he will not lose his customer for the other brand. Means there are other brands, but to maintain the goodwill in the market or to increase his sale, what he is doing, he is giving such offers to the customers that more and more customers will come to him and buy his branded product only. Okay, then brand loyalty. In monopolistic competition, tendency of some buyers to continue buying same brands of goods than other competitors. So seller tries to develop brand loyalty for his product. He is giving more and more offers, he is attracting the customers. Okay, he is improving the quality of his product so that the brand can be maintained in the market, and that is called a brand loyalty. So this is what are the characteristics or the different features of monopolistic competition. So we will stop here, and in the next session we will go through with oligopoly. Thank you.